My name is Edward Mumbo. I'm a county nursing officer working with the Department of Health Services in Kwale County. Many things that I do include the coordination of health services in the county, and also to some degree issues of reproductive health and rights at the county level. And I'm happy that this morning we are here to discuss about the issues that affect the community most, the reproductive health issues. Because today we want to discuss about reproductive health, not as a women affair, but as a development agenda in the county and in the country at large. So I'm passionate about the issues of reproductive health as a reproductive health specialist. I'm passionate about it, and I would want to see the community having a better reproductive health forum and space that they can enjoy all the reproductive health rights, all the reproductive health services, and be a productive individual that can contribute to the development of the county. Yes. So Fanikisha is a good partner with the Department of Health Services. It's among the stakeholders, rather, that works with the Department of Health Services. The journey with Fanikisha began way back in 2015-2016, where we were looking at ourselves as a Kwale County against many other counties in the issues of reproductive health space and reproductive health outcomes, informed by the degree of teenage pregnancies in the county, the degree of family planning service uptake, the degree of issues of violences that are associated with gender, but focusing on issues of rape, defilement, incest, and also looking at how we could empower the community to take charge of their own menstrual hygiene at various levels and the impact of such. So this informed Fanikisha and the Department of Health that need to work together as a team to make sure that the community in Kwale has a better reproductive health space. The call for action came because Kwale in 2014 ranged among the highest counties that had a reasonable number of teenage mothers or teenage pregnancies, then rated at around 24% by the Kenya Demographic and Health Survey of 2014. So we really wanted to check out whether this was real or it was just a statistical figure that's being shared by society in platforms. So what we wanted to do is to authenticate really whether the teenage pregnancies that are being said in the KDHS are real, or they're things that probably people are talking about. So working with Fanikisha, we managed to establish from the health facility data, health facility deliveries, and the antenatal care mothers attending to services in the county health facilities, and apparently we found that the figures were higher than the 24%, because then in 2016, looking at the number of teenage mothers delivering in the facilities, the proportion was around 39%, and KDHS was talking about 24%. So we thought that that was really something that was affecting the population and development agenda of the county, because when you become a mother at 10, a mother at 12, a mother at 14, 19, and if it's a vicious cycle, then when you are 30, you will be a grandparent. So through Fanikisha, we established that, and not only that mothers were becoming mothers, already were becoming mothers at a tender age, but again we wanted to collaborate the issue of teenage mothers, teenage fathers, and the schooling program. And we found that at that time, quite a number of boys and girls were dropping out of school. And we thought that probably it was only girls who drop out of school. But looking at the statistics that the Fanikisha program generated together with the Department of Health Services and the Ministry of Education, found that at least there was equal numbers of boys dropping out of school, boys and girls. So then it became even a bigger development agenda, because when the boys and girls are dropping out of school, boys and girls becoming fathers and mothers at tender age, then the level of dependency ratio then increases, which eventually worsens the poverty index, because if one person is depended upon by over 7 people, over 8 people in society, then you cannot develop as individuals, and the economic power of the county therefore will not really go to the levels that everybody would want us to go. So that was one domain that we managed to establish. Again, we say it again, family planning is an issue in the county and in the country. And that time then the county was recording low family planning service utilization compared with the country level. And we said it was an agenda, because if people are not really aware about the family planning services and other information where the services are provided, therefore seeking behavior will not really improve. And by that time, the family planning prevalence was low as 32%. And then we say this is also an agenda, because teenage pregnancies or other pregnancies that are not intended at large could be prevented through a better appreciation of family planning services or contraception services. And then we took also family planning not as a health agenda, but also as a population and development agenda. So Fanikisha also, with Department of Health Services in 2016, 2017, also we wanted to find out how best probably the county can be featured in terms of creating avenues for the right holders to really get the services that they require. So that we also managed to establish, and many things we have done probably as we're going to discuss. Again, we looked at the community behavior about the menstrual hygiene management, and really people were silent about it. There's like an abomination talking about menstrual issues with the parents in public platforms. It was like, what are you talking about? Are you really having some eyebrows or eyelashes? Why are you not ashamed of talking about these issues? And therefore, with Fanikisha, we found out that being silent about the issue therefore contributes even further to the issues of the reproductive problems, especially the teenage pregnancies and many other associated risks, including even infections and the like. So we also had a work journey of how we're going to invest at the community level in enhancing the capacities of the community members about the menstrual hygiene management, with an aim of having the parents and the community members taking a central role of supporting the younger girls in managing their menstrual processes effectively, so that then they can continue with education without shame about their health and their well-being. So that we did. So tangibly, what we have managed to do with Fanikisha is one, teenage pregnancies. We had forums of engagement, including the multi-sectoral task force that called, rather than through the Kwale County government, the education sector, and the county level, the national government level, the TSC, the education department, the county commissioner, and other partners or stakeholders working in the county that are interested in issues of adolescent and reproductive health. So we had a multi-sectoral task force that has been working on how to mitigate teenage pregnancies in the county. The journey began in 2016. And then the figures were high. Like I said, the deliveries proportion was around 39.8%. And looking at the natal care mothers coming to the service, again, the proportion was very high. And we are glad that between that time and up to today, as we're talking, we have managed to reduce the proportions grossly from the level of 39% to at least 20%. So we are glad that breaking the silence about teenage pregnancies, talking about it with society through avenues like the menstrual hygiene management plus platforms have really helped us reduce the numbers or contribute. We have not reduced, but we have contributed the reduction of the proportion of teenage pregnancies in the county. And it's our desire that over the next 5 years or so, we reduce the teenage pregnancy burden to at least 1 digit, meaning therefore less than 10%. So we still have a journey to work with partners, including Fanikisha, that probably by 2026, 2027, we should be celebrating a 1 digit issue of teenage pregnancy burden in the county. Or we go even beyond zero. Our aim is to go beyond zero, but it's a process, a community issue, and then we want to move systematically. As we move from the level of 36, 39 to now around 20%, it is doable if a proper investment is made. So that we did. Then again in the 2016, we wanted also to advocate about the family planning agenda. And through Fanikisha and other partners, we managed to develop the very first costed implementation plan for family planning for Kwale County that we have well operated on the issues articulated in the document, and we managed to raise the family planning utilization from the level of 32% to levels of 55% a year ago. We have had a decline a little bit because of issues of the COVID-19, issues of unstable pipeline of the family planning products that the community really cherishes. So we've had a little decline from the level of 55% to around 45%, and with a stable community security, and again people having better mitigation plans for COVID-19 disease, then we're looking forward to again raising the family planning service utilization to the level of 55% and beyond. So Fanikisha, Red Cross, Maria Stops as a DESIP as partners have been central in moving the family planning agenda forward, but Fanikisha has taken a central role because we've gone ahead even engaging the husbands and the parents and the caretakers of the young mothers in issues of trying to make them appreciate their role in supporting them take family planning, and again probably prevent subsequent pregnancies, because you know when you get pregnant today and you enjoy pregnancy and you don't take care of yourself, tomorrow you're going to become again pregnant. So we had really to involve including the parents and the husbands, teenage mothers, appreciate the need of having a better reproductive health space. And it was very encouraging, and that seeing husbands and parents accepting their spouses and their daughters to really pick up a modern family planning method, so that then they can have a better space in life to really work towards achieving their goals. The journey again through the issues of teenage pregnancies, we had really to work with the Ministry of Education, sensitizing all the head teachers in the county, focusing firstly on 100 primary schools that feature to be having the highest burden of teenage pregnancies in the county. And that has really helped, because the catchment areas then that had the highest number of teenage mothers have declined. It's meaning therefore that it's a worthy area of investment, that we've engaged the communities, we've engaged the partners, the Ministry of Education, the parents, the Ngao, and every other person, including the judiciary and the police services. Then we are able to really achieve results that everybody in the society will be proud of. So that we have managed to do. And also talking without information is stories. So also through Fanikisha support, we managed to outline and structured teenage pregnancy data capture tool that ranges from the facility level, the school level, and the community level. And we are at an analysis stage looking at how the data looks like. And we believe that that will really serve as an advocacy tool on where we need to invest more in promoting the reproductive health of the young people and of the community at large. So that we managed to do. The religious bodies really talk a lot about family planning, about teenage pregnancies. They're not issues to be talked about in public. It's a shame. We managed to involve quite a number of the houses of worship. Like in Kwale County, we've got around 3,000 houses of worship. So through the worship leaders, the bishops, the pastors, the imams, we have engaged them, trying to look at how we are going to mitigate teenage pregnancy and again support the family planning agenda in the county. It's been taken very positive. Again, we also went into the policymakers, the county assembly. Through Fanikisha, again, we managed to engage the county assembly members. And they were very positive about it. And everybody then started talking about it, because teenage pregnancy affects you in one way or the other. If not your daughter, then it is your relative. And therefore, if your relative is a survivor, then you are also a victim in one way or the other, because you'll be expected to support them in one way or the other anyway. And then poses a challenge in terms of even security in the county, because if the young population is very big, not employed, then you get risks of including security issues, issues of drugs and substance abuse. Then even compound even the problem even more. So we have done quite a lot. They visited the strategic places, especially the communities with the high burden of teenage pregnancies, with the adolescent productive health services, including the menstrual hygiene, plus activities and engagement. And the communities that we have visited have broken the silence. Now fathers are talking about menstrual hygiene. Fathers are able to go to the supermarket and probably not even looking aside, but directly to the vendors and buy a packet of pads for their daughters, for their wives. So then when we engage with this, to say that sometimes now we have realized that women used to cheat us. Now we know that sometimes they are in periods and they need our support. We know that our girls also, apart from getting the 200 shillings of pocket money, they would require a little bit more money so they can buy a pad, so that they can probably sustain themselves in school and in society. And through that breaking of the silence, therefore, has also contributed in making the girls have a good space in education, have good space in enjoying better results in school, and again also reducing the teenage pregnancy burden, because when you come to a village man society looking for support, some supports don't go free. Some supports go with some attached costs, including costs of probably that can probably draw the girl or push the girl towards getting pregnant early. So that we have managed to do with support from Fanikisha and other partners. So we are glad as a county we have got a better space now in reproductive health, the rights and space, and we are enjoying the results. Like now facility deliveries have increased through the breaking of the silence in one or the other. Now we are enjoying like 75% of mothers coming to deliver in the facilities. We are enjoying the 55% of mothers taking up family planning services. We are enjoying again probably a reduction of teenage pregnancy by 10% over the implementation period of the teenage pregnancy mitigation plan that we drew with Fanikisha. We are also enjoying girls performing better in schools today, because the quality that we had then is not the quality that we have today. And part of the contribution of that is the issues of the menstrual hygiene management, alongside the support that the county government provides the community in support of education. So as a county now, we are better placed than we were then. And a lot more needs to be done, because the county is huge, not every area has been covered. So we still need to do a lot in terms of mitigating the teenage pregnancies, now the issues of promoting family planning, service uptake, in terms of gender-based violence, the rape, the defilement, and the incest. I'm putting them as three, because today incest is really an issue, but it's not talked about in society. Because if you have conceived with your father, it cannot be talked of in society. Even if you are raped by your husband, by your brother, who is a breadwinner, it's not reported, because people fear if we report and then they are separated from society for a period of time, who will give us food? So better probably hide the burden and suffer silently. So we still need to do a lot, supporting the survivors on how they can continue with education, so that then they can realize their goals in society. So we still need to do a lot. And my call for action is we need to continue talking about it, breaking the silence. And we need to have more support in the teenage pregnancy mitigation activities in the county, the menstrual hygiene management, activities in the county, including building up more resource persons so that we can have people in the community that can talk about it. We can have the community engaged at various levels so that then everybody can feel part and parcel of the challenge and take their rightful spaces. And by so doing, therefore, as a county, we will enjoy a better space in terms of reproductive health, so that every family can have their reproductive goals met. So we still need some support. We have not reached to every places. There are still many dark corners in the county in terms of menstrual hygiene management, in terms of teenage pregnancy mitigation, in terms of family planning utilization. Therefore, we need to do a lot. And probably lastly, supporting the survivors of defilement, of rape, of incest. Probably we need to do a lot to create community structures that can support them to continue with schooling, that can support them cope up with the burden. Because when you have been defiled, you've been raped, you have had incest, psychological trauma becomes a challenge. So we need to have a community structure that can support this. Outside the institutionalization of housing these survivors, like in a rescue home. Rescue homes are good, but they are very expensive undertakings. So we need to probably build up capacities at community levels that can support the survivors continue with life and cope with the challenge. Otherwise, I'm grateful that with Fanikisha, the Department of Health Services and the County Government of Kwale has achieved a lot in the issues of reproductive health, teenage pregnancies, family planning, including the gender-based violence issues as well as the menstrual hygiene management processes. Thank you.